Hi folks, this is us again from the couch.
Hello.
I want to give you an update on where Evrloot is going. I think you've all perceived the big update that is out there that we've been working a lot towards, and we have a lot more cooking. And today we want to guide you through these steps.
Yeah, we kind of want to go into what is up next. I mean, the Expedition launch, I think has kind of shown how we wanted to become more of a real game, if you want to put that into quotation marks. I think we've been one before already, but taking it more serious when it comes to player sessions and to have something that if somebody gets into the game can get immediately rewarded. I mean, the problem with missions obviously being that it's time consuming, so you do something, you don't get immediately rewarded. Every mobile game out there does the exact opposite. You jump in, you immediately get that kind of dopamine rush, you immediately get sucked into it. So Expedition was like a big stepping stone for us in terms of, hey, we can have players now immediately play something and enjoy themselves. So we're super happy and proud how people like it, and how much fun it is. So yeah, and I guess this kind of also fits into our bigger roadmap and where we are going in general, because we do have some big aspirations, some big goals for the next month.
I mean, I think what you can see is how easy and good it is for us to build content on top of this. So the immediate next steps for us is really shutting it down after this week, doing some analytics, improving, balancing, and then starting a tournament in the same conditions. But looking at this, there are so many ideas and so many things that we have in our mindset that can come after that. But we want to talk about some specific things that we have not just in mind, but already like planned out and sketched and are working towards. And that is kind of a very big push towards opening Evrloot up to a much bigger crowd than we have today. As you said before, we've been had the main part of being this idle game, which we all love, and now we have this additional pillar for the gameplay that is Expeditions, both working together, the marketplace being a place where these loops come together, crafting being more advanced, and we will continuously advance these things, but these are the main pillars that we see standing now that we can improve on, where we see we can start a version 1.0 on it, because we're all, in normal terms of computer games, still in a closed beta. That means limited people have access. You can only buy from someone else's access and then go in. And that's what we want to change with the big onboarding launch.
Yeah, I think what's really inspiring, at least for me, is looking at a lot of games in the space right now that have been really successful in onboarding a lot of players and being very exciting. I mean, looking at The Beacon, looking at Pirate Nation, you see games that are really successful at it right now. And I really do believe that we have the capabilities to play in the same league. It may take some time, but it may also work out just how we imagine it to. And in a year from now, we're one of those top dogs. So I definitely think the team we have is capable of that. Maybe it comes down a little bit to luck, but even luck is just being prepared at the right time, at the right place. So I think we are really trying hard to do that. And then hopefully, onboard tens of thousands of players as well. I mean, they're kind of paving the way, kind of being the trailblazers. I mean, we're not trying to compare ourselves with a NFL Rivals, for example, who are pushing so much money into customer acquisition, into kind of being in this mobile space and competing with the big dogs. We are more looking at games that are in similar fears like we are. Like I said, The Beacon, Pirate Nation, Pixels, who really have engaging gameplay loops, who have a nice item resource economy with their own marketplaces a lot of times as well, which we have as well. But then all of this being tied together in a really compelling onboarding for new players, and also in a nice linear progression through that. So what we really want to focus on next is kind of you guys, the people that are listening now, being really able to send a link to a friend that has never heard of Evrloot before. You may know that the person is interested in gaming, maybe a little. They don't even have to be interested that much. But we want you guys to be proud to send somebody a link and know that the onboarding experience they're going to have is going to be really smooth and rewarding. So the next big goal we are working towards, and we're aiming for around October, maybe November, is this big onboarding campaign. Not just what we kind of teased with the ETCC decoded onboarding campaign with the Discord Battler, where you had like this character you could equip with some socialify elements into it, but an actual onboarding campaign where players actually get to experience the game together with a big quest board, together with a lot of lore around it as well. So not just on the space layer, but going way deeper and everything. And that's also what's so exciting, I think, what you just mentioned with the expeditions and missions kind of being tied together by the marketplace. I think the main goal is really to tie everything together nicely and have this bundle that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, we had a lot of discussions, you and me, like how far do we push certain game mechanics before we open it up and so on. And we really aligned the team now behind the idea of that there can be, because you can fall in a trap as a builder to build and not kind of go for the big push. But we really feel that this is the time to go for it, even if there is something that we can always improve on. And we feel really proud of what we've done so far, and we feel like with trailblazers like as you mentioned, the beacon and stuff, really seeing what works in the market, like campaigns where you have seen like a lot of hype around Twitter campaigns where people have roughly 300,000 retweets on their game tweets that they had, where they had an immense amount of views, where the engagement was real because it just worked in the terms how they onboarded it. And you, as you said, being one of the top dogs, for us it's like also in the team there's this motivation going around, like having this very clear goal that we're working towards, which is not like this feature or that feature, but saying like in April next year we want to have 5k players playing every day, and like not saying like that in a way like that's not possible, but saying it is possible. We need a bit of luck, we need to be at the right time at the right place, but with what we're planning we're really confident that we can make it. And that's a very good feeling on our side, because we have this super clear goal that on what we need to focus without like giving up any of our core values, and bringing that together then in this big campaign that, as you said, has a much further reach than what we've like tried to do at ETCC, which was kind of a first dabbling into off-chain onboarding and conveying a feeling. We're now really talking about something that carries the essence of Evrloot and will be the future onboarding for every new player coming in, and will also be the avenue they will take with anyone not being a Genesis Souls coming into the game. So that's a much bigger push than just like saying we have a referral link for you guys and you can send it to the people. It will be a lot of marketing deployed to that, and we really like believe we can reach this number, and that's a thing that's motivating us every day now this week since we've agreed on that goal.
Yeah, I think what was really almost like inspiring to me was I was looking at different games, competitors if you want to call it so, a couple of weeks ago, maybe even a month, browsing for example through Treasure DAO. I mean, they're one of the biggest gaming communities in Web3, in crypto, and kind of realizing, hey, we are playing in that league now. There are definitely some outliers that have it figured out, maybe a little bit more than us, but we are definitely getting there in terms of game. And I think where we actually have an edge is just the ability to really focus on something, kind of hone it in, create a nice MVP version of it, and deliver on it. So I'm more than confident that, and I think that's why all of us are so motivated as well, that we can replicate the success a lot of other companies, a lot of other studios are having, because we we have been in the space for long enough now to know what is kind of important to focus on. And we have proven the ability to deliver. So if you kind of combine all of those facts, all of those skills, abilities we have, it becomes pretty clear, at least to us, that this is really doable, and that we're not just in fairy tale world where we're thinking of, or we're gonna have 500,000 players and we're gonna have this perfect game in 2 years' time. No, we were talking about 3-4 month time frames where we have really specific goals that we really believe we can reach. Are they optimistic? Are they hard sometimes? Yeah, of course, but that's also what goals are there for, right? To really chase them and to try to get after them. But we are really confident that we are able to reach them. I think if we weren't, nobody would be as motivated as we currently are. So yeah, I mean, we are saying that almost every time, but the times are exciting and they still are exciting, and we are still excited about it. So yeah, it's going to be interesting seeing what the next few months bring. And for us, it's also, I mean, we wrote it sometimes in the chat, I think already, you were just a couple of days ago. For us, it really is go big or go home time now. We don't want to dabble around with 100, 200, 300 players for 2 more years. We really want to get to the masses, and we think we have what it takes. So why not go for it? Why try to build the perfect game first, so that we feel good about ourselves? No, we need to really focus on what we're good at and really focus on a great experience. And if that ties together with a nice campaign and nice incentives and, I mean, the awesome community we already have, then we really believe it's a recipe for success.
Nothing to add. Thanks, guys, and see you soon. Bye bye.
Thank you.